Future Stars have arrived. This year, EA Sports FC24 are celebrating a new era, focusing on the next generation of players who play the game their way. Myself, The Gara Show, E-League of Ireland winner Eric Finn, Shamrock Rovers Jack Byrne, and Ireland International and London City Lioness Megan Campbell have made a selection of young Irish players that we think are set to make their mark in the world's game over the next few years. So Megan, when it comes to young Irish stars, who has your eye?
I've chosen Izzy Atkinson. She's a young Irish international, recently just gone to the World Cup with Ireland squad for the first time ever and got that experience out there. She was playing at West Ham, has now moved to Crystal Palace with obviously aspirations of making it into the WSL with them next season. So I think she's a great left-footed player, very creative on the ball, good crosser of the ball, can create, can assist, and I think for the future, for Ireland especially, she's definitely one to look out for.
So Jack, talk to me. When it comes to young Irish prospects, who's your pick?
My pick was Evan Ferguson. Obviously, he's had an unbelievable breakthrough season last year. Signed a new contract at Brighton, got a couple of goals for Ireland. He's really one for the future. What do you think?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. You know, he's really come into his own. Just has that presence as well up top. You know, we haven't seen that for a long time, especially internationally with Ireland. Do you think he can get to the levels that we've seen from the likes of Robbie Keane?
100%, and time is on his side. I wouldn't put that much pressure on him. I think, you know, certainly at club level, he has an unbelievable manager there and a club that's, you know, willing to give him a big opportunity. So I think we just see how he goes, but I certainly expect him to get there. But how soon, nobody knows. He's definitely in the perfect environment, and hopefully, you know, new senior international manager obviously coming in will be able to get the best out of him.
He's getting a lot of game time with Brighton, and he started off real well this season. But as time has went on, he's kind of gotten pushed out of the starting 11. He still comes on and features as a sub. Everybody's just thinking that he should start every single game, but he's only still, 19 years of age? So, you know, you can't put that much pressure on the fella, you know what I mean?
He's still finding his feet and growing into his body, and he'll find what works for him on a daily basis and what makes him tick, and he's only going to get better. So, Garrett, any young Irish players come to mind for you?
There are indeed. Has to be Andrew Omobamidele. Fantastic player. Met him at Norwich City. Obviously now he's at Nottingham Forest. Fantastic player on the ball. Really good in that sweeper role. Has a really good head on his shoulder as well. Had the pleasure of meeting him as well a couple of times. Really, really nice guy. And yeah, can't wait to see what he does in the future. So Eric, when it comes to young Irish players who have a bright future ahead of them, who comes to mind?
It has to be our number one goalkeeper, Gavin Bazunu, who plays over at Southampton. He's been phenomenal this season, having over 9 clean sheets in the Championship alone, but also he's just kind of matured a little bit in the last 2 years. Obviously got relegated with Southampton, was it last year, maybe the year before, but even still, he's really took himself into a role where he's made himself the number one goalkeeper for Southampton. And it's debatable, obviously, for Ireland, but at the moment, I would consider him the best goalkeeper for Ireland.
He's a great advocate for young players wanting to come through from the League of Ireland and break through into the professional league in England. And from such a young age, going from Shamrock Rovers over to Man City, people would perceive that to be a massive move. And was he then right to leave Man City at the time and go to Southampton? But for him, it was guaranteed first team football. And you can see that through playing first team and developing with players like that on a daily basis, he's been able to flourish. And now, obviously, like you said, 9 clean sheets in the Championship so far. He's really coming into his own, and hopefully when a new manager comes in with Ireland, then you can also see more development in that stage in terms of international football too.
The big thing for me with Gavin is his mentality. He's taken knocks with Southampton getting relegated, lost his number one spot at Southampton when they were in the Premier League as well to McCarthy, a lot more experienced goalkeeper, and he's bounced back, and he has made a couple of mistakes this year as well in the Championship, but it's the way he bounces back. He doesn't let it bother him. I expect Gavin to kick on again. I think Gavin, for me, is one of the best young goalkeepers in Europe. Ireland are very, very lucky to have Gavin Bazunu, and the sky's the limit for Gavin. He can do anything because he has the mentality to really, really push on.
But I would say it's good to see the EA Sports League of Ireland Academy, work for the likes of Evan Ferguson and also Gavin Bazunu. And there's also another young Irish female playing with West Ham now, and her name is Jessie Stapleton. And she was actually with Shelbourne first, and she scored 21 goals in 71 games for Shells. And she's actually a centre back. So she must be taking penalties. I think, Megan, you were mentioning she was taking pens?
I think she takes some pens, but she's also brilliant with her head on set pieces. Her timing is incredible, I think, off the ground from set pieces. So
she's only 18, you know what I mean? So she's obviously at West Ham now, coming from Shells. She's plenty of time. She could really become the Rolls Royce of the Ireland defence, and maybe even get 100%. West Ham back into the European places in the WSL,
Yeah, definitely. I think she's just gone out on loan now, currently with Reading from January for the end of the season, which I think is also a clever move for her, because West Ham have brought in some very experienced players trying to get further up the table in the WSL. But for her, it's about playing time currently, and to then push on into national team as well. So to be able to go out on loan, play with Reading and get some crucial game time is so important for her development.
And there you have it. Future Stars is available now on EA Sports FC24 Ultimate Team. To learn more, head over to EA.com.